Hello and welcome to Scientifically Speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to introduce you to the end of civilization. Now, Thomas Hobbes wrote down the condition of the human race, and what you're looking at on screen is the culmination of the history of every failed civilization. Let's read it. For as long as men live without a common power to keep them all in awe, they are in a condition known as war. And it is a war of every man against every man. Does that make any sense to you as to where we are in the point of our civilization? Some of you maybe. If you're not, let me explain the first line and what it relates to and how it has gone away. For as long as men live without a common power to keep them all in awe, they're in a condition known as war. So without a common power to keep them entertained, war will happen. So what are we now living without? What now do we have that no longer keeps us in awe? Well, what were the first things? What is literally 100 years old that we've had for 100 years? Movies, communications, porn, football, sports, arts, crafts. And at the top of these, they make it a competition to keep you in awe. Michael Jordan, Prince Harry, Tom Cruise, and a load of other famous names that I'm really not familiar with from every single sport and profession that is shown to you as power and awe. Many people are in awe of Justin Bieber because of the power that he has gained from the things he has done. All your rappers, all your singers, all your athletes, every single thing of distraction is a common power to keep people in awe. The digital age has kept people in awe and has destroyed more relationships than has ever happened in the entire history of man. There is nothing to keep people in awe. Why am I not at war? Because Jesus is my common power, and he always keeps me in awe. Men do not keep me in awe. And so if you don't have a God, or if you don't have my God, how can you be in awe of power? You can't. All you will suffer is disillusionment, frustration, anger, resentment against a power that fell from grace. This is how we get to the condition known as war. To cover up these losses of power in awe, they now have to bring in something terrible and nightmarish. So here we sit with wars. Here we sit with immigration. Here we sit with terrorism. Here we sit with pandemic health issues. All of these are to keep you in awe so you don't think about all the things that no longer keep you in awe. This is Satan's trick, and it always has been. God starts off slow. He says, this is what I'm giving you, and I'm going to give you more as the time goes on. The enemy, the Satan and devil, the deceiver and opposer of God, he arrives and says, I have all this for you. Come over here. But then when you get there, you realize it was a trick, and that with every passing moment, the things that the enemy gave you fall to pieces in your hands. The enemy gave people the internet. Is it inherently evil? No, same way as money is not inherently evil. Money is a root of many causes of evil. The internet is the root of many causes of evil. Money is good. Underneath in the Bible where it says God is a protector and the knowledge of God is a protector, right underneath that it says money is also a good protector. Obviously this is wisdom because we all have to pay to be alive on this planet. Now the internet has destroyed more relationships than probably all the world wars put together. Just think about that. You didn't need to kill anybody. You didn't need to take anybody hostage. To sow discontent, all you had to do was offer the human race a more exciting choice in difficult times. The amount of relationships that have now been lost due to infidelity is going through the roof. Marriage rates have dropped drastically because men won't marry women anymore, because every single divorce law says that they take everything a man has, depending on which state you're in. For men, there's no point in getting married, because women who have been given the opportunity to look at 1,000 men a day now have no emotional state. They are empty shells with no empathy, no remorse, no compassion, and an inability to pair bond with anything. See, divorce rates for men, infidelity rates for men have been consistently 50%. For females, it's gone from about 17% to 50% over the last 20 years. You see, certain men are not very nice. The internet has shown that, and is portraying and reporting and statistically researching, women have become men, and they have also become lost because they don't have the same emotional setup as men. Men and women are completely different. One is a complement to the other. The enemy came in and invited in the weaker vessel and said, you can be as strong as these. All you have to do is do what they're doing. Unfortunately, not all women, but it feels like it. Most women. The problem is, women abuse power. Women know this. If there's any woman out there who says she has never manipulated somebody, you're a liar. See, that's the problem. Men are monogamous. We are stoic. We will put up with a shitload more than you ever would. We do not take narcissistic injuries. We don't act like a 5-year-old. When you act with deception and in distrust, it will never create harmony. Women have been taught to lie. Now, their hypergamy means that this is naturally in them to protect themselves from false men. They'll shit test men to get rid of them if they're not who they say they are. When you continuously shit test people, they don't trust you. This is also the government. When they say one story, contradict it with another. We've all read the news. It's totally narcissistic and contradicting in opposite stories that it will flip out every single day. When you cause confusion, a civilization falls. This is why I bring in the women and how they've been destroyed by being told, if you're like a man, everything will be cool for you. This has destroyed women. This has destroyed marriages, and any man who goes on the internet now and looks up Crimson Capsule, I don't want to say the other word because I'll get slashed by the YT police. If you read about the Crimson Pill, you'll find out about men who understand now what women do. And this comes from research of asking women what they do. And women are quite happy to give up this information of how treacherous they are at the drop of a hat, because they actually think it's funny. That's what the enemy does too. He's watched all these women destroy themselves And then they complain that they can't find a good man when they've been ripped through by 100. There's a lot of good men out there, but they're being taught to be women, and women are being taught to be men. Now, there is no awe from women in men. Men do not hold women's attention as awesome and powerful. Men have been trained to be things they are not, while women have been allowed to show exactly who they are. You see, that's what God did with the enemy. He didn't get rid of him. Why? Everybody says, why did God do this? This was not to show that man couldn't live on his own. God knew that couldn't happen. This was to expose the lying, deceptive traitor, the selfish, greedy traitor. And that's what the internet has exposed. It has exposed traitorous people. Should they be condemned? No. Can they be helped? Yes. If they don't get help, will they get condemned? Yes. Because to not understand what you do is to be a fool. If you continuously find yourself in problems, you have to find out why. Most of this comes from childhood emotional damage. And most of this, that's what I want people to know. The emotional damage by this system of things has cracked open everybody. Even now we read about children who are suffering massive psychological damage from the pandemic lockdown procedures of not being able to touch. Touch is essential. Play is essential for human beings. And anybody who would rather cause suffering than let a virus run its course is a fool. A foolish talker. Trying to pretend that if we get vaccinated, we'll be cured, which we won't. That's the problem with the world. It offers a cure for something that isn't curable. And that's what all these internet sites are about. A cure for your terrible relationship. A cure for your deficiencies. People are looking for cures when they are the problem. Deception and lies doesn't cure anything. And only from that, resentment builds up. Unless you can form a dialogue with somebody that uses investigative procedures, you can figure out if somebody is wicked or if they are misguided. I don't believe that there's many people that are truly wicked, which means they enjoy causing suffering. Yes, I know narcissists, sociopaths, and pathologically deranged people do have this. But I also know Acts 17 Apologies, is that his name? Apologetics? Acts 17 Apologetics on YouTube. He has a Christian channel and he's a psychopath. And he fully knows he is, and he's been to jail for hammering somebody's head in with a hammer. He would sit on his couch thinking about how he was going to hammer his dad's head in. That's on his testimony. Until he found his purpose, which was to understand God and promote it to people and fight for that. And that's somebody who's a clinically registered psychopath. And people might go, oh, well, that's crazy. Why would you? Well, the fact that God stepped in and saved them shows you everything. Acts 17 Apologetics. It's unbelievable, his story. So you should go see it. Can't remember his name. I do like how he talks. This system is not God's. This system is from the enemy and is designed to feed the enemy because he doesn't know he has long. All right. I'm just going to go through a subscriber's question here because it's very interesting. 2 minutes, I'll go find it. You know what? I'll save that for the next video. But you're going to have to brace yourself for that video. You really will have to brace yourself. Because to anybody spiritual, it might come as a bit of a shock of where we really are compared to where we think we are. All right. So just remember, all this is happening now because there is no common power to keep men in awe. Men are not in awe of women because they've found out about their true nature, their secretive nature that has been exposed as if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile and hang themselves. Women are not in awe of men or their power. They now see that as a frustration, as a why not me? People have forsaken their positions the same as the angels forsook their positions in the stars in heaven. Women have decided, not all women, it just feels like it. Women you've really let yourselves down, I'm afraid, ladies. If you can't be, it's not even the point of that. Men, stop being man whores. I know that's old hat, and due to women's hypergamy, you ain't even getting a chance now because they all want to go for 8, 9s and 10s, even when they're a 4. Women have become selectively disgusting when it comes to what I see on the research of how women are treating men. So yeah, all the awe and power that each sex had for each other has now gone. All the things that held us in awe of movie stars, gone. Sports, everybody's on drugs. That's why they're so good. No awe and no power anymore. So everything that the world promoted as amazing for you has degraded over time and shown to be hurtful. That is the enemy's way. That is the Satan and the devil's way, to oppose and to lie. Because if you haven't realised that things never got better, they just got more expensive. They didn't get better. This isn't a life that leads to pleasure. This is a life that leads to dirtiness. Thanks very much. My name is Lee. I follow the Christ, and you should too, because the end is coming soon, because it always does when this point in history is reached. It means that section of the 3 jars of dough has risen, and now it's over. It will, of course, go on for a while. We might see AI or alien saviours showing up to keep us in awe that way. But the degradation of the human condition will not escape God's attention for much longer. I want to leave you with a joke story, which unfortunately is a really good analogy for what is happening within male and female relationships today. I listened to this on Better Bachelor, YT channel, and I thought it was brilliant. Let's just play a game. So, men were given an opportunity. They were taken to a building when they were single, and they said, on each floor of this building is a description of a woman. On each different level, you will get different attributes. And it's your job to decide when you are satisfied and say, I would like that woman. And the man says, okay. He goes to the first floor, and it says, the women here are bedroom fun. And he said, okay, yeah, that's pretty good, but you know, that's it. Let me see what else there is. So he goes up to the second floor. This one says they are bedroom fun and they are loyal. The man's really interested here, and he's like, okay, she's good. She's bedroom fun and she's loyal. Okay, this is kind of what I'm looking for. I'm gonna check, see if there's anything else. He goes up to floor 3, and it says she's bedroom fun, she's loyal, and she's good looking. And the man said, I'll take it. And he stopped there. Bedroom fun, loyal, good looking, happy as Larry, and he walks off into the sunset. Same things happens to women. And they are shown a building, and they are told that there are different attributes of men on each floor, and to choose wisely. So the women go in, and on the first floor, he's bedroom fun. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go higher. So she goes to the second floor, bedroom fun, he's loyal. Okay, that's good. I want to try for some more. She gets up to floor 3. He's bedroom fun, he's loyal, and he's good looking. But she doesn't stop there. She goes to the 4th floor. He's bedroom fun, he's loyal, he's good looking, he's 6'4". She goes to with a 6-pack. She goes to floor 5. She says, this is just getting better and better. Okay, what's on this floor? He's bedroom fun, he's loyal, he's good looking, he's 6 foot with a 6-pack, and he earns $100,000 a year. So there's another floor to go to, and the woman says, you know what, this is so fucking good. I'm going to go one more floor. I want to see what's up there. She goes up to the final floor, and she ends up on the roof. And the only people on the roof are women. And there aren't any men up there, because men aren't that great. Thanks very much. My name's Lee. I follow the Christ, and I pray that you get the message. Thanks very much. Bye.